Well, when I got up this morning, at first I thought a bear had attacked. This stuff is scattered out like a bear would do. And my greenhouse is destroyed, which is weird timing because next week I was going to plant. Isn't that weird? The timing of that is just really strange. The wind was so destructive last night. It took my greenhouse that has weathered a year out here with potting soil, half a bag of potting soil, and fertilizer, and tools, and everything. And there's a mess in there. There's potting soil scattered all over. The one was full of potting soil. Actually, all three, there were trays full of potting soil waiting to be used. Flung across the yard like this. The wind yesterday was horrible. The same wind that destroyed my wind turbine picked up my greenhouse and threw it across the yard and ripped it to shreds. The rope that was holding it in place is destroyed. Look at the wind blowing stuff as I stand here. It's powerful. There, just ripped my door open on my RV. It's powerful. Look at the wind turbine spinning. The spring winds here are insane. Really insane strong wind here in the spring. It's good for wind power, but it's really bad for destroying stuff. So I guess it's a good thing I got that new plastic. The timing of that couldn't have been better. So I can fix this up and try to scrape together my potting soil. But in a way that makes me feel a little bit better about the ladder being lifted up in the air yesterday. It was just terrible wind. Speaking of which, it was a freezing cold morning this morning with the winds howling through the RV. So I'll show you what I got to help with that later on. Right now, I have to go. I have a surprise for you. Well, there's my big birds. How you doing, birds? You guys are big, huh? Look at the size of that. Now these are roosters, but they don't pick at each other because they were born, well, not born together, but they were raised together. And this little guy is the man of the house. He'll be crowing in a minute. Every time I turn my back, he crows. And this is my egg layer. Let's see if she's got any eggs for me today. Oh yeah. She's always laying an egg for me. Just a minute. Oh. There's another egg. Every day. She's old faithful. She stopped for a while in the winter, but she's producing again. I'm giving that to the landlady still because she's still caring for my birds for a little bit. So we'll take that in there. Now I have to tell you something. I have sinned. I live off the grid, but as we enter the house you will see something that is not really possible off the grid. And I'm about to explain where I've been all morning and why it's 2:30 in the afternoon and I have not begun work at the off-grid project. I went to Tractor Supply today and I have future food. Except for that one looking at me right there. That one there is a silky. That's a little silky. She's got blue feet and a blue beak. I don't know if you can see the blue beak feet and a blue beak. Well, it's going to be a little silky. But most of these others are egg layers. The black ones are non-sexed, so the males will be dinner and the females will be egg layers. The all whites are pullets. They are 100% egg laying females. And I've got 3 of the little blue-beaked silkies, like this one here. Little silkies. They're cute. Fluffy little cuddly birds when they grow up. So this year I might raise the silkies separately. Well, and then there's this tiny little one. I got all strong birds. I grabbed the biggest and toughest of the bunch except for the runt, which I think might be a bantam that got mixed in. It's a tiny, tiny little bird. Strong though, healthy. I think it's a bantam because it's so little, and it's got pretty colors, but it's strong. It's a healthy bird. Yeah, it's the smallest of the bunch, so I definitely think that's a bantam. And that's like the colors of one that I lost last year. I loved that little bird. So anyway, there's my new future food source for the off-grid project. I've got, I think, 11 babies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I should have gotten even 12. There's 11 babies. And I'm going to provide eggs for me and for my friends, and meat chickens for anybody interested. I'm going to have free-range meat birds this year as well. Although most of these, I don't know if I can kill these. But I'll be getting some meat birds later. That explains where I've been all day so far, setting all this up. They have a heated area, and then they've got a sheltered cooler area, so they can come and go as they need to get warmer or cooler as needed. And I'm putting up insulation around it. I'll still be prepping this a little bit better. It's up against the wall of the house, which is warmer, up against a refrigerator here, and up against the bedding. So it's pretty well insulated against the brutal cold nights. Yeah, there's the complete setup. I took 2 boxes, since I didn't have anything big enough, and split the sides out, flattened them, and taped them together. So there's one box, there's one box. And one side is a cooler half. It's not insulated that much, and it's not heated. And the other side is the heated side. And this is, I've tried to insulate it as well as I can here. And they seem to be doing fine. They're, if they get cold, they'll huddle up under the lamp. And if they get warm, they can just go on the other side. And they got their water in there. That's a very long watering thing for baby birds. And I have to find the food thing, so I stuck their food in the corner, which is why they're all making funny noises now. They're eating happily. I think they're going to be alright. I also have a thermometer that I got at the dollar store today, which I'll stick here in the corner and monitor this, make sure their temperature is good. And I think it's 90 degrees if I remember right, but I'll look it up on the internet. And there it is. My little babies. So I'll be handling these a lot, especially the silkies. I want to raise them to sell. Actually, I'm going to try to breed the silkies because they bring $25 to $50 a bird. And again, the others, the egg layers, I already have my friends and my landlady have said they will buy eggs at a discounted price. Free-range organic eggs, but discounted for a friendship price. And meat birds, of course, too, at cost. So whatever it costs to raise them. I was at the dollar store today when I was in town getting my chickens and other supplies. And I got these foil sun visors. And what I'm doing is putting up a radiant shield across my windows. I'm going to carry this on all the way across throughout the whole RV. Somebody mentioned the other day I should open up the curtains and allow natural light to come in. I do. When the sunlight is shining on the RV, I open up the window or the curtain and allow the sunlight to come in and warm the place up, but that's only in the morning hours. Otherwise I have these down. So I'm just going to carry on with this radiant shield all the way across. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, and it doesn't come down all the way, but it's $1. And to go get that bubble wrap with foil on one side. It requires a 45-minute trip one way into town, and I don't go there unless I have a long shopping list. And it's cold at night, so this is going to have to do for now. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's not really pretty, but I think it's going to help. Hot air rises, and that's up near the ceiling, so that should help reflect the heat back into the RV some, I think. And it's going to make it brighter in here, because when I turn on the LED lights now at night and I have all these windows coated, because this is dark, this is really dark, so once I get that foil up on this foil over here, that's going to be bright, I think, a lot better. So I'm just going to keep on going with that later on. That's a good evening project after hours. I just wanted to get two up and see what it looks like and get your opinion. Well, this little guy is happy in this unending wind. He's pumping out the power. Now the motion you're seeing is the flex in the pole. The stand isn't moving. The frame is rock solid. And this, I double checked this, by the way. I don't think this is going to break. There's 3 screws in each point. This is heavy, thick oak. Look at how thick that is. I don't think this is coming down. This is really heavy built. There's screws on each side of this one. And, I mean, this is, what are they, 3-inch screws in that thing. So, oh, there's more than that. There's 1, 2, 3, 6 screws holding this. I don't remember who put this one together, but it's strong. This isn't coming down. I've been out here double and triple checking, but just to be sure, I was going to do it today, but I ended up taking too long getting the chickens. I'm going to put a support board coming from here and running down to the ground on each side for extra stability. Oh, there, that shows you how long those screws are. Look at that, there's the bottom of it right there. That's I mean, this isn't coming apart. They were screwed through and then cut off. I can't remember who did this, but they did a good job. The screws were longer than the wood and then were cut off on the ends. So this one is good. This one was made of pine. I believe that's pine and not oak. And the boards actually broke when the ladder flew through the air. So that one's done. So I'm going to put away my ladder and clean up this meadow here a little bit. There's the blades. 2 of them got broke. Actually, the snow saved it from worse damage. This thick snow that we have actually stopped the blades from going into the ground and from breaking any more than that. Otherwise, I probably would have lost 4 of them at least. So I'll order new blades. One is a little bent. I don't know if that's going to come back into shape, so I might order 3 blades just to be safe. I don't know if they come individually or in a set, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to have spares anyway. And then I put the wind turbine up here. There's nothing wrong with the wind turbine itself. It didn't even really hit the ground. So I just have it sitting on my water tank for now, waiting for the new blades. But I'm going to do this one right and get a real tower for it. I'm talking to somebody about that, and hopefully I'll get that up. I want to get it up really high, and this one will really produce some serious power then. So that little guy over here is good. This little one is happy here. Now there's a pause in the breeze, in the wind. This one is happy here. I think if I double his height, he'll be really good. So I'm probably going to do that later on too, once the ground is thawed. Because right now I can't really dig or put concrete foundations or guy wires. So once the ground is thawed, I'm going to double his height and I think that'll be spinning most of the time. And the other guy I want to put 40 to 60 feet up in the air, so I need a real tower. So that one is on hold for a while until I get the equipment and until this mess is gone and I can dig. The sun is intense today, and look at this. I think, oh, almost, yep, there it goes. I think I can get my wires up. Yes. So I'll be able to get my wires up out of the ice, finally. So the wood ash did the job, and that in the sun. The sun is intense today. Look at the creek flowing through here. And my solar panels have topped off the batteries, which means two things. One thing, it's in absorption mode, or what is it called? Not absorption. I forgot what it's called. When the charge controller is putting the batteries at 15 point some odd volts in order to boil them and displace any sulfation on the plates. That's a good thing. That means the batteries are charged happily, and that means the charge controller is putting a good maintenance charge in them. Bad news is my inverter won't run because it's an over voltage situation, and my battery on my camera is low and I can't charge it without the inverter. So there won't be a lot of video today until the sun goes down and I can recharge my camera, which is sort of ironic. Now I have too much sun to work. It's weird. But maybe I can go fishing. Certainly enough water. It's getting late in the day, but I'm doing spring cleanup. I moved the wheelbarrow out of the middle of the yard. This year is going to be a lot different in many ways. Last year, I have to be honest, this place was a dump. I worked like a madman and ran back and forth, tossing things around, doing things halfway. My rainwater collection there is a good example. Although I thought it was solid at the time, but the only thing that really did work out well was the garden. I had more food than I can handle, but I wanted actually triple the size this year of the garden. And anyway, this was a mess. And what I'm doing right now is spring cleaning. It's probably about mid-40s out right now, 45 maybe. And I'm just going around picking up stuff that the wind threw around the property. There's a little bit of junk around the workbench over here. I gotta clean everything up. Wind ripped things out of places. There's stuff all over the place around here. And I'm just cleaning up, sorting things out, and generally trying to make this look better this year. I want to really organize it better. So not a lot of video because I'm just running around picking up stuff, trying to keep myself out of the mud. The ground is soft. It's pretty sloppy, I mean muddy. The ground is really soft, but it's drying up. Most of the snow is gone here. Now the meadow is still really bad over here. The trees over here shade the meadow pretty badly. Oh, and something else I'd like to do. This is my new property line. Right behind the camper. See, there's the campers, and there's the property line. Okay, from here, this is going to be the beginning of my place. See that rock pile here? That's the property line. There's the beginning. From here back is 60 acres of nothing but wild, untouched forest. From here back. And me. But this is, you guys might be able to tell me better. This is maybe a half an acre, at max an acre. I think this is a half acre property right here that I'm using out of all the 56 acres total. But anyway, the old man had dumped garbage all over the place, which is not pretty, and I'd like to clean this all up as well. because this is literally right in my backyard, and just generally have a better looking place this year. The drive is cleaning up, but now it's mushy, so I don't even want to bring my truck back here now, not for anything, because I would ruin my own drive now. The problem is, right here is in the shade. You can see the dry ground up there, up the hill, but it's still 8-10 inches of snow in places here. It's crazy. It doesn't look like it on the camera, I don't think, but it's if I brought out my ruler, I think I'd measure about 8 inches. And it's not going away anytime quick because of the shade of the trees right here. Sorry about the shakiness in the camera. It is treacherous to walk on here. Right now it's melted, and at night it freezes. But that's mud. But not too far up here, and we've got clean, dry ground here and there. So still have to wait for this to go away. At this rate, it's going to be a couple more weeks before this is gone and the ground hardens up before I can drive my car. As I said, I'm not even going to drive the truck out here right now, not for anything. So still pretty sloppy here. But that's the only place where there's snow in abundance, here and out by my solar panels. This is a mess. I left it in a bad state. I want to clean all this up. That's what I'm doing right now. Just picking away at it, cleaning all this up. I'm not going to have anything left out in the open. Everything's going in proper storage places, and I'm not going to have anything laying around anymore. So, won't be a lot of camera time today, but getting a lot done. Forgot to mention, I don't remember who said throw wood ash on the ground, but thank you. I got my solar working, and I need to, I know I'm low budget here, but I need to invest in some proper connections and get the wires off the ground. That's not good. I mean, it was cobbled up and it worked. It served its purpose, but I definitely have to improve this year. And this will never happen again. But thanks for the tip. I got my wires out. And the camper is charging. It's a low battery right now. The old camper, which is now a storage camper. That's a good sign. It's showing low battery right now. The display won't kick on, but I think it's charging now, so I'm going to let it run the rest of the afternoon. It might get 1-2 hours of sunlight left, and maybe sometime tomorrow the batteries will actually start registering a voltage again. So that's a good thing. I just improved the chicken housing, and I'm very much satisfied with this. I had this piece of metal that was in my way out in the yard. This is a metal grate left over from my chicken tractor construction. Not my chicken tractor, my first chicken coop. Not last year, but the year before. That was a piece of metal left over, and what I did, I laid it flat on the box and measured it and folded it down. So that is a little bit of predator protection. That lays all the way across the whole top of the thing here, just in case cats might occasionally come out here, and that should deter any cats. And then it's warming up right now. We got 70 degrees and rising in the corner over there, so I've got a thermometer from the dollar store. The babies are chirping happily, so we'll see how that goes. And then I put on a piece of cardboard and some newspapers and the original packaging I got with them, which actually has nesting material. So that's insulation. So, and then the actual big container of nesting material insulates that whole side. And it's up against a house, which is actually warmer than the outside air. So, for a zero cost chicken home, I think that's not bad. Sorry, I forgot the professional word for keeping baby chicks. But zero cost, there it is. So, looks pretty good, and the babies are happy. That's a happy peeping noise they're making there. That means they're comfortable. They're looking pretty satisfied. There's the big guy out there. I don't know if you heard the crowing noise. Little babies. Yeah, they're peeping happily. They're doing alright. So I'll keep checking on these guys though, including after dark, and make sure that they'll be okay, that it doesn't get too cold in here. I'm just going to keep an eye on things. I don't know if I mentioned the other day, my friends were trying to help me and used my splitting maul and broke it to pieces, so I had to order a new one. Fiberglass handle, made in Mexico. Never had a fiberglass one before, so we'll see how it works out. I cut a few logs, it feels pretty good. Don't know if that might be too long for my wood stove or not. It's definitely going to be long to split. Oh, there's worms in that. I don't know what those are. That's weird. I don't want to take them inside. There's a whole mess of worms in that. Chickens will love that. No idea what that is. Oh, that's nice smelling wood. It's a redwood. It might be cedar. It smells like it. Yeah, I think that's cedar. I don't know what those worms are. Oh, the new splitting maul feels good. Works well. Bit by bit, every day I chop some more. I just took some up to the porch, so this isn't everything. But if each day I chop 2 to 3 days worth of wood, eventually I'll get it. So I'm just going to keep at it every day wood piles going down. I got most of the, a lot of these he had delivered were half split like that. That's the only ones left of them. And I'd had some old wood that I had from earlier in the spring. Working it out. Burning it too. I still have all these. My chainsaw is sort of lightweight, so it's hard cutting on this stuff. And there's a lot of knots in this. Really knobby wood. So it's hard to feed some of this into the wood stove like this here. These are awkward pieces. There's a knobby one. All these knobs make it really awkward to get in a wood stove, so I cut them last. Just pick away at it, keep going. But there's quite a bit of burn in there for my little wood stove. So every day I'll keep at it. Well, this is all wood. I got quite a stockpile of wood in here again. Nice amount of wood. So I just keep at it every day until this cold goes away. And I'll still keep going so I can stock up for next year. Next year I hope to have a wood shed and properly have a ton of wood prepared ahead of time. If I pick at it an hour a day, I'll have a nice stockpile next year.